Good afternoon, everyone. It's a real pleasure to be here with you today. Over the next 10 minutes, I will walk you through who we are, the market opportunity we are capturing, and why Syntys is uniquely positioned to become the leading digital infrastructure platform across the Middle East and North Africa. So let me start with the foundation. Earlier this year, Ooredoo took a strategic step forward, carving out its data center assets to establish Syntys as an independent digital infrastructure company. One fully focused on AI-ready data center solutions across the MENA region. This was an intentional decision to enable Syntys to act with speed, focus, and to be the operational flexible to scale in the line with market demand. Our mandate is clear: scale capacity, optimize operations, and build trusted long-term partnership that supports the region's rapidly growing need for cloud and AI infrastructure. So where are we today? By end of 2025, Syntys and Ooredoo together will operate 29.6 megawatts of capacity, and we have a defined path to reach 120 megawatts in the coming years. To get there, our total investment plan is $1 billion, of which $550 million is already secured. That's a strong vote of confidence in our strategy, our team, and our ability to execute. Our combined digital infrastructure today spans 5 markets across the region. In Tunisia, we operate 5 facilities with 2 megawatts of capacity. In Kuwait, we operate 2 facilities with 2.2 megawatts. And in Qatar, we operate 6 data centers totaling 60 megawatts with an additional 4.5 megawatts scheduled to go live by December of this year. The next potential phase in our carve-out roadmap may include facilities in Iraq and Oman, reflecting our ambition to evolve into a truly multi-market platform. Now let's talk about our performance. As of 2025, Syntys is generating between $40 to $45 million in recurring revenue, with $8.2 million in recurring EBITDA. These are preliminary figures, but they reflect real contracted revenue, the kind of foundation that allows us to scale with confidence. Our customer base already includes Microsoft and Google, and we are in active discussions with additional strategic partners that I believe will further validate the quality and reliability of our infrastructure. One of the most significant milestones this year was our strategic partnership with Iron Mountain. For those who may not be familiar with Iron Mountain is a globally recognized leader in data center operations with deep expertise in scaling infrastructure and optimizing performance across markets. Their involvement brings not only capital, but global operational playbooks, best practices, and strategic credibility, all of which reinforce our trajectory toward platform scale. To summarize, Syntys is at the beginning of a disciplined and ambitious growth journey. We have a strong financial foundation, high-caliber strategic partners, and a multi-market platform that is already operational and revenue-generating. We are well-positioned to capture the region's rising demand for digital and AI infrastructure. Now let's understand the markets we are operating in. The Middle East and North Africa region has reached an inflection point. Cloud adoption is accelerating, AI workloads are scaling, digital services are moving from optional to essential, and all of this requires infrastructure scaled, reliable, and carrier neutral. Syntys was built for this moment. Let me give you some context on the market dynamics. Across MENA, data center capacity is projected to reach 3.3 gigawatts by 2030, more than triple the current capacity. This growth is being driven by a combination of factors: rapid cloud adoption across both public and private sectors, national digital transformation strategies, and the ongoing expansion of hyperscalers into new markets across the region. What makes this region particularly attractive from an infrastructure investment perspective is the combination of competitive advantages. First, electricity pricing in key markets remain highly competitive compared to other regions, a critical factor when you are operating energy-intensive infrastructure at scale. Second, capital availability is strong. Governments and private investors are backing large-scale infrastructure projects, and that support translates into faster deployment, timeless and strong project economics. And third, regulatory tailwinds are in our favor. Data sovereignty requirements are becoming more stringent, which means workloads that used to be hosted elsewhere are now being anchored locally. At the same time, we are seeing major investments in new subsea cable systems, which are significantly strengthening the region's international connectivity and making MENA a more viable hub for cloud workloads. All of these forces together are creating sustained, long-term demand for high-quality carrier-neutral data center capacity. And this is exactly where Syntys is operating. So let me walk you through our three core markets: Qatar, Kuwait, and Tunisia. And I will explain why we believe we are not just present in these markets, but strategically positioned to lead. So I will start with Qatar. Qatar is a maturing high-value data center market, and Syntys is the established leader here with 31% market share. We currently have 16.1 megawatts in operation. We will deliver 4.5 megawatts by December of this year, and we have 20 megawatts of expansions planned. We also have a long-term partnership and hyperscale commitments that provide stable, recurring revenue. In 2025, we enabled Ooredoo's sovereign AI cloud, providing the mission-critical infrastructure required to support GPU-based AI workloads, which is currently live. The market itself is being strengthened by the presence of major cloud providers. Microsoft Azure has been in Qatar since 2022. Google Cloud launched in 2023, and Oracle is now advancing its entry. All of this firmly positions Qatar as a strategic cloud and AI hub in the region, and we are at the center of that ecosystem. So now let me continue with Kuwait. Kuwait is a fast-growing data center market in the GCC, with a projected CAGR of 11.5% through 2029, the highest growth rate in the region. Syntys holds 20% market share in Kuwait and benefit direct subsea connectivity to Iran and Iraq. That connectivity is critical for scaling regional cloud infrastructure and enabling cross-border interconnection. Digital transformation in Kuwait is being driven by Vision 2035, which includes approximately $10 billion allocated for digital modernization. CITRA, the National Digital Authority, is playing an active role in supporting data center and network infrastructure development. And there are already large-scale multi-year developments on the way. What this means for us is that we are not entering a speculative market. We are anchoring capacity in a market that is structurally set up for sustained growth. Finally, Tunisia. Tunisia is an emerging market where we hold 25% market share, with 2 megawatts currently operating. Why Tunisia? Because it provides something unique, a cost-efficient alternative to Europe, both in terms of capital expenditure and operating expenses, while still offering high-quality international connectivity. Tunisia already has 5 subsea cables in operation, with 2 additional systems under development, and it significantly strengthens the country's position as a regional hub. At the same time, the 5G rollout in Tunisia is accelerating enterprise cloud adoption, and the government is actively supporting digital infrastructure investment. But here is what makes Tunisia particularly interesting. From a strategic perspective, it's the location. Tunisia is a natural gateway, not just to Europe, but also to neighboring markets like Libya and Algeria. that creates cross-border revenue opportunities and position us to lead what could become a multi-country cluster play in North Africa. So when I step back and look at Qatar, Kuwait and Tunisia together, what I see is not just market presence, I see strategic positioning. We have established market shares, we have active capacity expansion on the way, and we are structurally aligned with the forces driving digital and AI infrastructure demand across the region. That alignment matters because it's not enough to simply build capacity. You have to build it in the right places, at the right time, and with the right partners in place. And that brings me to the third part of my presentation today, how we are built to compete and scale. In 2025, we delivered 8.2 megawatts of mission-critical infrastructure, on time, on spec, and fully operational. Proof that we have a repeatable deployment blueprint that allows us to expand efficiently across markets. Our competitive advantage is built on 4 pillars. First, a regional, carrier-neutral, multi-market platform. We operate across multiple geographies, which means our customers, whether they are hyperscalers, AI clusters, or colocation wholesalers, can deploy capacity where they need it, when they need it, without being locked into a single market provider. That flexibility matters, especially in a region where digital infrastructure is still maturing and demand patterns can shift quickly. Second pillar, our AI-ready modular architecture. Our infrastructure is engineered for 99.999% uptime and aligned with global compliance standards. That means we can support everything from traditional enterprise colocation to advanced GPU clusters and high-performance computing workloads. As AI adoption accelerates across the region, that capability becomes increasingly valuable. Our third pillar is a robust contract model. Our agreements are US dollar denominated with 10 to 15-year terms and built-in renewal mechanism. That provides revenue visibility, protects us against currency volatility, and gives both us and our investors the predictability required to plan long-term capital deployment. Our fourth and last pillar is proven leadership. Our team has deep experience in scalable execution and operations. We know how to design and build data center, but more importantly, we know how to operate them efficiently, profitably, and at scale. These strengths are amplified by our strategic partnership. We are an NVIDIA cloud partner in the Middle East, and as I mentioned earlier, Iron Mountain holds a strategic minority stake in Syntys. Iron Mountain operates approximately 1.3 gigawatts of data center capacity across 30 sites globally. Their involvement brings not just capital, but operational maturity, global best practices, and credibility with international customers evaluating where to deploy infrastructure in emerging markets. Our go-to-market approach is clear and focused. For hyperscalers, we deliver built-to-suit infrastructure, tailored and designed to their exact specifications. For AI workloads, we provide mission-critical HPC and GPU cluster infrastructure that enables advanced AI application and GPU as a service delivery. And for wholesale colocation customers, we offer secure, scalable, cost-efficient solutions that allow them to grow with confidence. Looking ahead, our strategy is clear. We will continue to execute with discipline, partner with intent, and scale with purpose. Our roadmap to 120 megawatts is clear. Finance is in place and it's on the way. Syntys is not just participating in the region's digital transformation. We are shaping the infrastructure foundation that will enable it. Thank you.